My name is Martyn Green. I write books for fishing under the name of Lindsay Green, and I've been fishing since I was about 5 years old. Doesn't matter whether it's sea, whether it's game, or whether it's coarse, I just love it. Now recently my wife gave me a one-weight fly rod, a little tiny thing, only weighs about an ounce, and I thought I would try it out for some perch. Now, there's a lake near me called Hatchland Silver Lake, which is in Rattery near Totnes. I knew it had some really good perch in it, but it's also a lake where the size of the carp is pretty low, which was a good thing as far as I was concerned. With a little one-weight fly rod, I didn't want to be in the situation of trying to play a 20-pounder. I didn't expect it to do very well with that. So, if a carp did intercept the little maggot fly that I was going to use for the perch, for the roach and for the rudd, that should have been okay. But I didn't really expect them to bother too much with it. So, on the first session, my target was rudd, roach and perch, which I caught, some really good perch. But I also had 10 carp weighing up to 5.5 pounds. Not a monster by a specimen hunter's standards by any means, but on a one-weight fly rod the fun was unbelievable. I tried several other sessions after that, and I kept catching carp as well as the other fish, and the carp weight jumped to just under 7 pounds. At the start of the session, I always pop out a few dog biscuits to get the carp interested. I don't use just one variety. That's bad when you're actually fly fishing. What happens is the carp can tune in to the size and the shape of that particular pellet. And if you haven't got a fly that imitates it exactly, you can run into problems. Far better if you mix up a few different brands of dog biscuits. That way you've got a lot of irregularity in the shapes, and you'll find that you can keep experimenting with different sizes and shapes of fly to keep the carp coming through the day. For myself, I always tie my own dog biscuit flies. I use deer hair, but I trim it right back. So my flies are pretty ugly when you compare them to some on the market. You look at a nice pretty hedgehog and it's a wonderfully round half-dome shape. Mine are much more irregular. Having said that, I catch a lot of fish on mine. By the end of the day, I had 17 carp on the fly. Most of them were on the 2-weight, but I did have 7 on the 1-weight. Ironically, the 2 biggest carp of the day, for me at least, were both £8, one on the 2-weight rod and one on the 1-weight rod. It was quite interesting to play at a fish that size on a 1-weight rod, to say the least. And as you can tell from the video, the fight that you get is pretty good. I also gave the rod to my wife to have a go. Now, Julie's actually quite a good angler, and naturally, at the end of the day, when she compared her biggest fish to mine, her biggest fish was, of course, 9 pound. 1 pound bigger than mine. She thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.